This news update has been compiled with content from socialistworld.net.
I'm Nick Schillingford, and this is a 3-minute news update. The scenes of despair and explosions of anger like those of 1981 will be back on our streets. This was the warning of the Socialist Party 4 months ago in an article on the anniversary of the Brixton riots. This morning, thousands of people have woken up to the devastation of their communities. Today is a tragedy for the small shopkeeper whose businesses have been looted or set alight, the workers whose cars have been burnt out, and perhaps worst of all, those who have seen their homes go up in smoke. Firefighters have faced horrendous problems trying to fight the fires in the midst of the riots. The current outbursts of street anger are the biggest Britain has seen since the mid-1980s. Belatedly, government ministers have dragged themselves back from their holidays in order to try and restore order. Parliament has been recalled for Thursday, but so far the only response of the capitalist politicians has been to shriek about the mob, criminals, and mindless violence. Unfortunately, New Labour's response has been essentially the same as that of the Tories. Ed Miliband has simply called the riots disgraceful criminal behavior and has demanded that David Cameron orders the strongest possible police response. The leadership of New Labour has done nothing to point out the reasons why young people are rioting. This is not surprising. The motives of those involved vary, but they center on a single theme, summed up by one woman interviewed on Radio 4. Quote, "I'm not a thief, but I'm angry. What have we got? Nothing." In Britain today, there are almost 1 million unemployed young people who have been effectively told that they have no prospects for the future. As the world's stock markets tumble, the feeling that capitalism offers no prospects for the lost generation is inevitably growing. Already across London, youth unemployment is 23%, and in inner-city areas it is far higher. Contrary to the media reports, these were not race riots, but involved young people from every ethnic background. Following the fatal shooting on August 4th of a 29-year-old man, Mark Duggan, by police, a peaceful demonstration from Broadwater Farm, Mark's home, demanding justice and explanation about his death, was ignored. Anger spilled over into rioting, which left parts of the area looking like a battlefield. Without fundamental change, the conditions for further rioting exist. However, rioting is not the means to defeat the government, but on the contrary only damages the communities in which working class people live and gives the capitalist class an excuse to increase the repressive apparatus of the state. Instead, working people and youth must get organized around clear demands. Trade unions should show clearly that they stand together with young people. The widespread trade union support for Youth Fight for Jobs and its Jarrow March against youth unemployment in the autumn is one important means to demonstrate this. It should also oppose any attempts by the government to use the riots in order to increase harassment of young people and call for the control of the police to be placed under democratically elected local police committees. But to be fully effective, this needs to be linked to the struggle to develop a new mass party for workers and youth which stands for a socialist society.
This has been a 3-minute news update.